Mox.
He's old, he's fat, he hasn't been laid in years.
Oh! Mox-o-Meter.
And here we are in the top 5 movies of 2010, my favorites. If you've been here through the entire time, thank you, and I hope you are enjoying it. And at number 5 is The King's Speech, and this is about King George back in World War II, who has a speech impediment or a stutter, and he goes to a speech therapist who tries to help him out, and it's basically about the relationship between the speech therapist and the king, and how to help him he has to really get inside him and understand and know about his personal life, when at the time you don't do that kind of thing. You don't the kings are above everybody, and everybody else is a commoner. So it's a very good movie. It's the performance of Colin Firth is fantastic. Jeffrey Rush is very good, and their chemistry is really good. It's really what holds the movie together, and it's just a great period piece as well. Helena Bonham Carter is also in it. Guy Pearce and Michael Gambon, and then it all culminates when he has to make his big speech to all of England with the World War II about to start, with Britain entering into World War II, and it's very, very good, very, very good, and great performances all around, and I mean, it's a lot funnier too than I thought it was going to be, and I think that had a lot to do with it, that there was more comedic bits than I expected, but it's a great all-around movie, and it's at number 5, The King's Speech. Alright, and now at number 4 we have The Social Network. As you know, it's the Facebook movie, and it's done very well. David Fincher directed it, and thank goodness David Fincher's back after the completely overrated Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It's also written by Aaron Sorkin, who was behind The West Wing, The American President, and A Few Good Men. So he's a very good writer, and it's just a really good movie. It's the fact that it's all about typing into a keyboard and everything, and it's really interesting, and David Fincher keeps it interesting. And it's got some great dialogue, great performances, especially from Jesse Eisenberg and Andrew Garfield, the new Spider-Man. Really good, and it's just really interesting in seeing how this 20-something-year-old guy just became this billionaire, and he's not very well liked. He doesn't have great people skills, but it's a really cool just visual of the movie, and it's a lot of fun in watching it. And who knows? It's either that or The King's Speech is going to win Best Picture, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But it's a really good movie, and it's already out on DVD. I'm sure most people have seen it. The Social Network at number 4. Okay, and now at number 3 we have the film that probably I had the funnest time at the movies that I had all year, just sitting in the theater, is Kick-Ass. And it was just an adrenaline rush of a movie, and it's about a teenager who decides he wants to become a superhero. So he gets this costume and goes out and tries to help people, and it's and he gets into the way of a mafioso, kind of a gangster guy, and played by Mark Strong, who's really good and is becoming one of my favorite bad guys out there in movies now. And It's just it's a whole bunch of everything, really, is what it is. It's a teen angst movie, it's an action flick, it's a comic book movie, it's a superhero flick, and it's a big old mix. And it's just you see this nerd basically become a hero before your eyes, and it's got some of the craziest action scenes I've seen in a long time. And Chloe Moretz, who plays Hit Girl, she's this little 12-year-old girl, and I mean, she's just unbelievable. The fight scenes that she's in, and when you first meet her, it's just, you're like, oh my god. And it was just such a fun adrenaline. I mean, it kind of just punch in your face movie. It's just so many things involved. It's just a big, and it works well on every level. You know, why it didn't do better in the theaters, I'm not sure, but it's just so good. And I really encourage you, if you love action movies, definitely rent Kick-Ass. It is just, it'll blow you away. It is really good. So it is directed by Matthew Vaughn, who started out with Guy Ritchie back in it. You know, he did Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch, and now he kind of moved on to his own. And now he's going to direct X-Men First Class, which is coming out this summer. So really cool movie. Give it a chance. And that's number 3, Kick-Ass. All right, and now for the final 2 movies. Now here at number 2 is The Town, and boy, it was a really good movie, directed by Ben Affleck, and of course starring him, as well as Jeremy Renner, John Hamm, Rebecca Hall, Blake Lively. I mean, it's a really good movie. It's about a group of bank robbers. They're kid, you know, they've been lifelong friends since they were kids, and how one of them is trying to get out of that life, and how he falls in love with one of their robberies. He falls in love with one of their hostages, and she does, you know, they wear masks, and she never sees his face, and how he gets into her life and everything. And it's just it's really good. It's real riveting. Great performance, especially from Jeremy Renner. Really good. And you just kind of, you know, you're just kind of like on the edge as you're watching it. Cool shootouts. It's great to see Ben Affleck get out of his lull that he was in, making just really awful movies, and really becoming a caricature of himself. You know, because he got all that fame after Good Will Hunting, and then he went into Armageddon, and then he just started making a lot of poor choices. So it's really great to see that he, you know, with this and Gone Baby Gone, that he's really gotten out of that. And I think he should, hopefully as a director, he'll keep moving on and making even better movies. So The Town is just really great, and definitely catch it on DVD. It's out right now, and The Town is number 2 on my favorites of 2010. And now, number 1 on Mox's favorites of 2010 is Inception. Now, you've all probably seen Inception. It was a big hit, and I just completely loved it. I thought it was a very cool idea, and you know, that took a lot of chances, and that's what I loved. I thought it looked great. I thought there was great special effects. It reminded me of The Matrix, when you see a movie and it's just, you're kind of blown away with some scenes. The whole fight in the hotel lobby, hotel hallway, excuse me, just the spinning and everything is just so cool, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, you know, floating around the entire room, and just great performances. Leonardo DiCaprio is really good, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Tom Hardy, Ellen Page, Michael Caine, everybody's so good. Christopher Nolan is such a good director. You know, this is the second time one of his movies was number 1 on my list. The other one being Dark Knight, and so it's just, it's so great when a movie that has such buzz, has such good buzz going into it, has the look that it's going to be good and everything. And you know, especially earlier in this year, a lot of movies weren't as good as people were hoping. That's something that with all that buzz and everything actually delivers. And you know, it's just watching the movie, it's just little, it's almost like watching Inception is almost like putting together a puzzle. You know, it's just like this piece goes here, this piece goes there, this piece goes there, and then the movie ends and it's like, wait a minute, how do I want it to end? You know, and I thought that was great. And you know, Inception is probably going to go down as just a classic. And so that's it. That's my top movies of 2010. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk and a lot of second guessing and other things, but hope everyone enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks a lot, and enjoy the Academy Awards today. So thanks a lot. Bye.